Hi everyone, welcome back to Farmhouse Studio. Today I'm showing you how to make a beautiful weighted face mask. There are two options to create this, and if you're fortunate enough to own an embroidery machine, such as myself, then you can make this mask completely in the hoop, which saves so much time. You also have the option to use the printed pattern where you can cut out your own pieces and then sew it together. Today I'm going to show you the in the hoop option, but the stages for assembly are the same. So whether you're using an embroidery machine or a sewing machine, you can definitely make this mask. What's great about these masks is the velvet. They're quilted with velvet material. And who doesn't love velvet, right? On one side, you have the soft, luxurious velvet, and on the other side is 100% cotton. And then there's the scent. It is not overpowering. It uses fresh, dried lavender buds, which offers such a nice, warm, soft scent. The weight of the mask is a game changer. You can put it in your freezer and chill it. You can put it in the microwave for 30 seconds and warm it up. Either way, it's a compress on your eyes. It has that nice, soft, subtle weight and the warm scent of lavender, and it's a win-win all around. So let's get to it. You can grab the downloadable pattern from my Etsy store, and let's get sewing. Materials used to make this project are velvet and cotton fabrics, 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch elastic, cotton or polyester batting, and no-show t-shirt stabilizer, along with your embroidery hoop. Choose your fabrics and cut out the pieces. The first thing I like to do is make the strap. Using your outer velvet fabric, cut out a long narrow strip, and with the right sides together, sew a long tube. I like to use the serger for this part, but you can sew it on the sewing machine as well. Using a safety pin, turn the tube so the velvet side is out, and then using the safety pin or an elastic glide guide, thread your shorter piece of elastic through that tube. Since the elastic is shorter, I like to sew one end in place, and once secured, finish threading the elastic through to the end, and then secure that end. The next thing you're going to do is grab your 8x10 hoop and start the first layer. Lay down the stabilizer, then the batting, then your velvet with the velvet side up. Attach your magnets or snap the top piece into place and load it onto the embroidery machine, as well as loading the embroidery file. You'll notice once you've loaded the file that there are 4 embroidery stages. Stage 1 is the quilted background. Stage 2 is the mask outline. Stage 3 is another mask outline, which allows you to place the strap and the handmade label if you're using one. This step is optional, and you can skip step 3 altogether and move on to step 4 if you'd prefer to sandwich everything together in the final step. Personally, I skip step 3 and I layer everything in step 4. Stages 3 and 4 are easiest to use by moving the hoop into trim position. As you prepare to make your final layers, you will notice a notch out on both ends in the mask outline, and that's used as placement for your label and strap. I use pins to keep the label and strap in place, and then layer the cotton fabric right side down, then the batting, then the stabilizer. Move the hoop back to current position and press and go. I gently hold the layers down whilst the embroidery machine stitches out the final outline. This stage is slightly different than 2 and 3 because now it's stitching out the top area where you will turn your work. I left a very generous amount of space at the top for turning. I don't know about you, but I find most people leave about 1/4 of an inch, and I struggle to turn everything neatly. So I left almost an inch of turning space. But don't worry, you won't see it or feel the bulk when you turn your work. Stage 4 runs 2 passes through the same shape, and after stage 4 is complete, remove your project from the hoop. Remember to remove the pins and cut around the stitched outline about 1/4 of an inch from the seam. I find it easier to remove some of the bulky edges before I do my trimming. At the top of the mask where the turning hole is, you want to cut away the stitches to create the hole you will use to turn the project. Once your mask is turned right sides out, be sure to push all the seams outwards and tuck the turning fabric into the hole. Using the quilted stitch lines as a guide, find the center of the mask and place a pin and sew a straight line from top to bottom. Then sew an 1/8 of an inch top stitch around the perimeter. Be sure to leave the turning hole open, since this is where you will fill your mask with flax seeds and lavender. Using a kitchen scale, weigh out your flaxseed and lavender buds according to the pattern instructions, and then insert the funnel into each side to distribute the fill. Then sew the holes closed following the 1/8 inch top stitch. Nighty night.